I gotta share something, Katie. I'm kind of in a bad mood today. It's content related.
Oh,
Today is the last episode of another podcast that's like really important to the genre. Like I've listened to it almost from the start, and it's ending today. It's Marc Maron's podcast, WTF.
oh, really?
Yeah, and it's the last, and I love that show,
Wow.
and it's all about like comedy and raw honesty, and Marc Maron is very vulnerable and shares a lot, and like the show's helped a lot of people deal with their own struggles, and it's also really funny. It speaks to the most brilliant comedians in the world. Anyway, you know who his last guest was? Who he's ending his show with? Barack Obama.
I was going to guess that, actually. I
The
was.
lamest. It's like, can you get any lamer with your choices? Like, and what's the irony is, recently, Marc Maron did a really funny bit making fun of Theo Von for like, promoting Donald Trump and like sucking up to Donald Trump. Like, and there's a really funny bit that he does about it. So it's like he makes fun of Theo Von for sucking up to Trump, and then he ends his podcast by sucking up to like the most disingenuous, certainly blood-soaked guest in the whole run of the show.
True.
It bothers
it makes me. I thought you were just going to be upset that he didn't have us on.
I'm certainly not. I certainly can't challenge that decision. No, I'm not upset about that at all. No.
See, Aaron, this is why we didn't get on, because you don't manifest it.
No, I wouldn't want to. I would have nothing to say on that show. It's a show about comedy, and like I'm not a comedian, so I wouldn't. But it's just like like on top of Barack Obama's record, also he's just so like, what does he have to? He's so disingenuous and so milquetoast. Like, does he ever have a moment, even minimal honesty? Is anything he says honest? I just find him so, everything is like, everything is calculated and qualified and just restrained because he's just selling a brand, a political brand.
Like he would never, ever say anything that's like at all interesting and disclosing about himself, right?
Yes, which is the whole point of Marc Maron's whole thing, which is to be like honest and raw and genuine and all those things. So I just
stopped. Aaron, it's funny because I thought you were going to say you were in a bad mood, and someone in the comments was very upset you're in a bad mood. They were like, "Aaron, Maté in a bad mood?" No. Explanation.
I have news for them. It happens a lot.
I couldn't tell if that's what their point was or if they were actually upset.
I see. I think they're okay.
But I thought you were upset because a little backstage, a little behind the scenes stuff. But this is the first day in history that Meet the Press hasn't posted their recap, their full episode online.
I'm not upset about that. No, we weathered that storm. But anyway, so that's what I'm sharing. That's how I'm being vulnerable this morning.
No, I like this vulnerability. I mean, what I'll say to Marc Maron is WTF.
Amen. WTF. Yeah. It just blows my mind. Your whole show is about like being genuine, raw, insightful, going against the grain. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you pick the guy who's like, to me, the exact antithesis of that. And like, he talks about, one of the things Obama talks about in this episode is he's like, our society is too materialistic and it's all about like accumulating wealth and blah, blah, blah. It's like, dude, like which of your multi-gazillion dollar homes are you saying this from?
Yeah, exactly. Well, who would you want to, I mean, obviously we know I think that it should have been us on the last show, but besides us, who do you think should have been the final guest?
Literally any other of the thousands of guests in that run, or just Marc Maron himself, who I think has a lot to say, and I really like. But it's funny how that works with celebrity, and especially that to be charitable, Donald Trump scares a lot of people, so you're looking for someone to be a voice of clarity. I just don't think Barack Obama is it. I think Barack Obama actually helped give us people like Donald Trump.
Yeah, and I'm guessing that wasn't part of the interview. How he enabled Trump.
No, certainly not. No. All right. Well, we're not enabling anybody here. We're calling everybody out, whether it's comedian podcasters or corporate politicians.
And guys, you got to give that a like, because not only do we always ask you for a like, but this is Aaron being vulnerable at like first thing in the morning. I mean, give this a like. If that doesn't deserve a like, I don't know what does. So. I say WTF to all the people watching who haven't already given this a like.
Yes, I'm just, again, I've just this last point. I've invested so much time in this podcast. So can you imagine listening to a show for like 16 years, whatever it was, and then the last guest is the most disappointing part. It stinks. It stinks. But I guess
Where were you when you found this out? Oh, sorry.
Oh, well, just the point is, I guess the point of being a podcast consumer, and this applies to fans of Youth Flotilla. It's, I guess, like you just can't get too attached to your content. I think that's the lesson here.
Yeah.
You just can't get too attached to it.
Right. Unless it's useful idiots, because we are here to provide.
All right. Well,
on Obama.
Well, very fittingly, let's get to the weekly recap from Meet the Depressed
with Kristen Welker.
Good Sunday morning. As President Donald Trump prepares to embark on an historic trip to the Middle East to tout the deal between Israel and Hamas to free the hostages and end the fighting in Gaza, a battle brews at home. Mr. Trump testing the limits of his presidential authority, with another Democrat on his enemies list now under indictment. A judge blocking his orders to deploy National Guard troops in Chicago, and unprecedented mass layoffs targeting federal workers during the government shutdown. The president promising the firings would be, quote, Democrat-oriented.
It'll be Democrat-oriented because we figure, they started this thing, so they should be Democrat-oriented. It'll be a lot, and we'll announce the numbers over the next couple of days, but it'll be a lot of people. All because
I like that, Democrat-oriented. I like that because it gives him some flexibility, which I really like. I like that overall turn of phrase. And also, I got to point out, no surprises there, but Welker, of course, mentions the hostages. Who is she referring to? Is she referring to any of the Palestinian hostages? No. And note that they always call them prisoners, never hostages.
Yeah, even though those so-called prisoners include children. That's who Israel kidnaps, including in Gaza since October 7th. They just nab people, kidnap them, and take them hostage. But when Trump says Democrat-oriented, what does he mean? Like people like who provide healthcare services, which he's trying to cut, or people who believe in climate change or scientists? But the naked partisanship it's refreshing. The fact that the president openly saying he's targeting jobs that he think speak to the base of his opposition. You can't get more partisan and corrupt than that.
It's true. Yeah, I gotta say, every now and then it is refreshing. Like what other president would ever said that part out loud about the other whichever party that they were opposing? Republican oriented, Democrat oriented.
Yep. All right. Well, the big news of the weekend, of course, is the commencement of the so-called ceasefire deal in Gaza, which really just means right now, hopefully an end to the genocide. And you were seeing, as we're broadcasting, Palestinian prisoners or Palestinian hostages, some of them are being released by Israel, and some of the Israeli captives are going to be released very, very, very soon. And Trump is actually in Israel. He spoke to the Israeli parliament today, bragging about this deal, which of course could have happened under Biden, and it could have happened earlier on under Trump, but both Biden and Trump prolonged the genocide.